Coffee helps millions of people wake up and start their morning, help one man's dream bloom into a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Founded in 1971, Starbucks quickly monopolized the market on coffee with more than 22,000 and a half stores by 2015, with the United States as the largest coffee consumer in the world. So what steps did this company take to become one of the most recognized brand in consumerism? Is it the taste that lures customers into buying their coffee? Do customers appreciate the fast-paced service that Starbucks strives to achieve? What does Starbucks do for people that other coffee shops cannot seem to replicate? For our study, we will specifically focus on the coffee brand Starbucks, one of the largest coffee chains in the world, with a market cap of $85.3 billion. We will begin to explore how and why this company, started by one man, grew to be an empire with customers waiting in the palm of their hands.
Do customers care about the quality of coffee, or is it the status of Starbucks? In order to get more information, we talked to a Starbucks employee and a self-proclaimed coffee addict to get their perspectives.
All right, so with me, I have Janae Alvarez. She is a current Starbucks employee, and this is an interview about her opinions on the company she works for. So please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Janae Alvarez. I work for Starbucks. I'm a barista. I've worked there for about 4 years, and currently I work at the 42nd and University Way Starbucks.
Are there any benefits that you reap as a worker?
Yes, there are actually lots of benefits. You get drinks when you work. You get a free food item. You get discounts on things like phone, and you get gym discounts. Health insurance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You pretty much just have to work, I think, 20 hours a week, and you're eligible for benefits.
Wow, so there are a lot of benefits, but is there any rules and regulations that they apply to employees?
There are so many rules and regulations. They are very strict on dress code. We're not allowed to wear nail polish or any sort of like fake nails. We can't wear jewelry or watches, like bracelets or watches. We're not allowed to have any more than 2 piercings in our ears, things like that.
Okay.
Very strict.
When you're on duty, how is your work managed? Is there a floor manager? Is there anyone who is regulating? And
Yes. So there was one store manager. There are, we call them shift supervisors or shift leads.
do you clock in and clock out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Always.
So as you know, Starbucks is a expanding company.
Yes.
A little history. So they started in 1971. Within 20 years, actually, they expanded to about 425 stores worldwide. And 10 years from then, in 2015, there are more than 22,519 stores.
Starbucks has 23 coffee shops for every 100,000 residents in Seattle, the most per capita in the U.S. That basically means there's one Starbucks store for every 4,000 people.
Why do you think Starbucks is growing as a company?
I think that one of the big reasons is that Starbucks is constantly trying to evolve. I guess they're always looking at the things they do and saying, this is good, but how can we make it better? And because society is constantly changing, they're trying to keep up. I've only worked with the company for 4 years, which is not very long, but still, from where I am now, I can look back and there's almost nothing the same. Different food, different way that we run the store, different ways that we clean, different technology. Everything is different.
Why do you think that people keep coming back to Starbucks?
I know that in their, I guess not in their training, but in the way that they tell us to make Starbucks feel, like the stores feel, is we want them to be the third place. So the third place means people have their home, which is their first place, their work, which is their second, and then they have their third place, which is where they go outside of those two. We want Starbucks to feel kind of like a second home. Like, we try to be welcoming. We try to, as a barista, my goal is to get you what you want and then get you to be, to get to know you.
So have a more personal relationship.
Yeah, sort of. And it's really cool when you get that, because I can be on bar making drinks, and then I can look down the line and I can be like, oh, I know this person, and I know this person, and I know this person, and I know their whole family, and I know their kids, and I know,
We also wanted to touch on the topic of any social discrimination that Starbucks might have in their either hiring process or discrimination against certain employees, whether it be race or gender or sexual orientation. Have you ever experienced any of that?
No, actually, I haven't, which is one of the reasons that I love Starbucks as a company so much. I don't know if this is true or not, but in one of the investment meetings a couple years ago, it was like an open forum type thing, and someone asked Howard Schultz, they made some complaint about how he didn't like that they were for equality, for gays. And he said, well, this is the way I run my business. If you don't like it, then you can leave. Basically, I don't care if you're against it.
So he was pretty much...
Yeah, they are really, really trying hard to be open to everybody, which is really nice. They just came out with that refugee thing. They're trying to hire 100,000 refugees.
Oh, yeah.
They hire vets as well. Young, old, any race, any religion, any whatever. So that I really appreciate.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
So we have with us Lily Brown. She's a freshman here at UW, and she drinks a lot of coffee, so she's going to answer some questions for us. How often do you drink coffee?
Every day.
Every day?
Every single day.
How many times a day?
Right when I wake up, I have a cup, and then usually after classes, I have a cup. If I have time to get a cup between classes, I try to. And then sometimes if I get tired, I'll have one around 7 p.m.
So what, is that 4 or 5 a day?
2 to 4.
2 to 4 a day.
Depending on the schedule.
An average American spends over $1,000 a year on coffee directly from Starbucks.
Okay, do you usually get your drinks from Starbucks?
Yeah, most of the campus coffee shops are Starbucks, so I go there a lot.
Yeah. Do you like Starbucks?
Yeah, I go back every day.
So yeah, you probably like it. Do you prefer Starbucks over another brand?
Well, here, I guess, yeah, I prefer it because it's always reliable. But when I go home, I usually like to go to the smaller businesses, the local coffee shops, just because they support the smaller town shops.
Does Starbucks feel comfortable? Is that part of why you like to go there?
Yeah, they always have a lot of seating, and there's Wi-Fi.
Have you ever felt that the Starbucks baristas are more professional than other baristas?
Well, they look more professional, I guess, because they're all matched, and if you go to a different kind of coffee shop, just a local one, I guess they don't really have a dress code, so it seems a little less kept.
So now we're going to taste 2 different coffees to see if you can tell the difference between Starbucks and just a local coffee company.
Is that one the Starbucks?
Actually, that one is the Starbucks.
We have seen that people would rather buy an item that isn't necessarily the best, but it's always consistent, rather than taking a risk off an off-brand cup of coffee. Starbucks has a monopoly due to its high status, brand name, professionalism, and comfortability. It's a place that anyone can go to and have a coffee, sit on comfortable couches, and use free Wi-Fi. In Seattle, a city known for its love for coffee, there are many competitors to Starbucks who may not have all the amenities. Although some people may think of Starbucks as an aggressive competitor that small companies struggle to compete with, it's also a company that uses ethical sourcing.
Starbucks even owns their own coffee farms in order to minimize the cost of production.
And has great community involvement. In fact, Starbucks just announced that they will hire 10,000 refugees by the end of 2022. Starbucks is vertically integrating and taking the industry by storm. Action.
More than 22,500 stores by 2015.